and scoop it out for you. Try right here. Wow, that felt good. And look at that, y'all. That's the old-fashioned way. I'm not going to eat a lot of it because I want to spoil myself from the holiday, whatever. And we're going to add a little giblet gravy on top, just like that. And we're going to taste it. A little bit more for me. I'm going to taste it. See what it tastes like. We should wait over here to get a fork. Okay, we're having a problem getting a fork. Sipping for her. I don't have anyone say stop section. Let's do it again. Okay, let's see. Now this is it, y'all. I promise y'all. This is it. This is the old-fashioned way. It is delicious. Now I will tell you if it's not. But look at that. All that celery and onion what makes it. And the egg have something. I'm putting a little extra on there. The eggs have something to do with it too. But it is delicious. It's delicious. Look at that. It's delicious. It's not sticky. It's not lumpy. It is flaky and has a very good taste. This is Sandra representing you with Miss Hazel bread dressing for the holidays, and I'm telling you, this is a winner. And this chicken, you could just cut it, dip some out and put the chicken in with it. But look at that. It's fabulous. It's fabulous. It's really fabulous. Try this recipe, y'all, and I believe you will love the old-fashioned taste of the dressing. The dressing has a good old-fashioned taste. It's wonderful. Melt in your mouth, tastes delicious. I would not tell you if it wasn't good, but it is delicious. It is senseless delicious. It's senseless delicious. I'm getting ready to show you how to make the gravy for the bread dressing. Now, I don't have any gizzards and I don't have any livers in this recipe, but you can add that to this recipe. I'm just giving you the basic on how to do it. So you're gonna need about a heaping tablespoon of flour. You're gonna need some chopped eggs. You're gonna need parsley flakes, black pepper and salt to taste, and you're gonna need the broth that comes from your chicken. Yes, and we're gonna whisk this together with the chicken, and we'll be right back. With the chicken broth, we'll be right back. Okay, you're gonna whisk your flour and water together, or you can use broth if you like. Just stir it together. Now, this is a simple country, old back in the day gravy. Okay, as you got the flour, now you got your broth boiling. You're gonna add this to it just like that and whisk it. You're gonna whisk it like that. It's gonna get thick. Whisk it like that. It's gonna be thick. That's my grandbaby in the background. You're gonna whisk it like that and you're gonna cut your heat down. And as you whisk it, it's gonna get thick. Look at that. That's how thick that is. You're gonna make that gravy the way you want it. Now you add your cooked gizzards and your cooked livers into this. Yes, you do. But I don't have any, so I'm just gonna show you how to do a little simple little giblet gravy, they call it, to go over your dressing. So you blend it like this, just like that. You blend it like that, and it's thick enough. Look how thick that is. It's thick enough. And then we're going to add our eggs. Add our eggs to it. Our chopped eggs. And there you go. Black pepper and salt to season. And that's your giblet gravy. Now you have to put giblets in it. Some gizzards, some livers, and chopped up. And you have your giblet gravy. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Ain't that wonderful? Add your season, what you want, and that's it. Hi, this is Sandra. I'm here again with another recipe, and this recipe is I'm copying off Miss Hazel Country Bread Dressing. This is ready for the holidays that's coming up, and you might want this country dressing that I'm getting ready to do and duplicate from Miss Hazel. We did not show the finished product because I did not stay to do a video of that dressing she did about 4 years ago. Miss Hazel has passed on, and we're going to use her video as a tradition and an honor of her doing this holiday treat that she has for her family. So we got onions chopped up, we got celery chopped up. Now she used hamburger buns, but we're going to use some crescent buns because I don't have any crescent buns. Hamburger buns. She used sage, and I'm going to add some black pepper, I know she did, and some eggs, and we're going to show you what the broth look at. Now the broth is made out of a hen. They use a hen and put it in a pan, and they use it so it can be not run all over the ground, so they can fatten it up to make that good broth. And I'm going to show you what you do with that next. All right, what I have right here is the chicken getting ready to make the broth. Now you can use chicken thighs, which I use, or you can get a hen and put it in a pan and let it sit in there about maybe 2 weeks without running on the yard, and then you can use that if you want. But right here I got chicken thighs boiling. Now all they put in there was salt. Now you can put any ingredients you want in your broth. You can use bay leaves, you can use thyme, and you can put sage. You can put extra onions and extra celery in your dish while it's boiling in the pot. But we didn't do that. What we did is put salt and just the chicken. And we'll be right back and let you see how we do Miss Hazel old-fashioned dressing, bread dressing for the holidays. All right, we back with Miss Hazel traditional old-fashioned cornbread. Well, it's not cornbread, y'all. It's bread dressing, but cornbread is one of the main ingredients. So what I'm doing, I just baked some cornbread. So what I'm doing is crumbling it all up like I did when I was over to their home. So I'm crumbling it all up just like this. Now, I'm going to use some croissants. I can't talk this morning. Some croissants to put in there because I didn't have any hamburger buns. But you can use any bread that you want to put in your dressing. But she used some hamburger buns to add to her dressing. So I'm not going to crumble this all the way up, just enough to get it all incorporated so we can add that broth to it. Now, this is what I got right now. Now, I'm not going to put these in here. I'm going to wait to do the way she did hers. I'm just following the basic recipe that she used when she was growing up, making the cornbread dressing or the dressing for the holidays for her family. So this is what I'm doing. Now, mine is totally different from hers, but we're going to try doing hers, okay? Okay, over here we have the celery and the onion and butter. And that's what's in the recipe. Now we've sauteed the onions and the celery together in butter, and we're going to let that cook down. Okay, we're going to let that cook down, and then we're going to have this a little bit softer. We don't want it to be crunchy. We want to do soft in order for us to put it with the dressing. All right, we're getting ready to pour our broth into the dressing. Now, Miss Hazel dress broth was frozen. Well, not frozen, but refrigerated, and it had gelled. But I did not do mine like that. I did not, mine is cold. So the cornbread have to be cold, and your broth have to be cold. So what she did, she put the bread on top just like this. Now she laid the bread on top. But I'm just going to crumble it up just like this and lay it like that. Now, croissants is a really good bread. The croissants, they're buttery, and then plus they have a good texture to it. So I'm just going to do it just like this, how she did hers. Just crumble up. I'm going to use maybe about 6 of them because we're not making a big pan of dressing. We're just showing you how to do the old-fashioned way, what our grandmothers and great-grandmothers used to do. And so I'm just going to put them in there just like this and make this bread dressing. Just crumble them up like that. Now, like I was saying, you can put any ingredient you want in your dressing. That was a recipe for. You can add to a recipe. Some people don't add, but you can add to a recipe. So we're gonna crumble all that up into the dressing like that. Crumble it all up. She used her hands. I would ask her, "Do you want a spoon?" But she showed me her hand, saying that she's gonna use her hand to get all this blended together. So I'm kind of blending it together, just like that, and adding some more broth, just like that. It's almost congealed, y'all. It's almost there because I can't refrigerate. I had it in the refrigerator. So I'm just gonna get it all blended together, and then I'm gonna add my spices. So I'll be right back. All right, I added the sage and the black pepper and a little salt. Now, you can put any ingredients, like I said, y'all, in this recipe. But I'm just doing the scratch recipe that Miss Hazel did. Now, we're going to add some more broth, because remember she added more broth to it. And she used her hands to squeeze it. Just like that. She didn't use a spoon there. It got too cold for her because the broth was cold. And we put those cold eggs in there. And plus, it was kind of, cool in the kitchen. So what I'm doing is getting more broth in here because I know she wanted more broth to make it like the consistency that she wanted it in. Just like that. Yeah, coming up now, y'all. Coming up the way she had her texture. Just like that. Then we smooth it all out. Make sure it's all smooth. They use their fingers to. Now, back in the day, they did not have the equipment that we have. So they use their hand to do some of the stuff now, doing some of the work. So now we're going to add the egg. The beaten egg. She adds the beaten egg. And then she squirts that all in there. And this is when it got cold too, I think. But we got the sage in there, and we got the black pepper and a little salt. And we just blend all this together. Then we're going to pour it in a skillet and be right back. All right, I put the celery in there. I almost forgot the celery. So I'm flipping the celery up in there. Forgot the celery, y'all. Oh, that's the most important part, ain't it? The celery. So I add a little bit more black pepper because I like mine with a lot of black pepper. So you don't have to do that. Now, that's not following the recipe. If you put a little bit more extra, if you want to put extra sage in there, you can. If you want to put extra black pepper in there, you can. If you want to put some that Knox chicken bouillon powder in there, if you want to. It depends on how you want it. I'm just giving you the basic what we was taught by Miss Hazel. Now that's it right there, y'all. That's it right there. So I'm gonna put it in a pan. I almost forgot the celery and onion when I looked over there and saw it. Now in the celery and onion, she got butter. She used butter to saute the onions and the celery. So now most people put garlic in there. You don't have to do that, but you could put thyme. Thyme, I call it thyme. Thyme, but they call it thyme. And you can put that in there too if you want to. Any other season that you use. Okay? Then I'm going to put this in a pan and we'll let you see what it look like. All right, we got it in the pan. So what I'm going to do is add the boiled chicken thighs on top of it and bake it. And when the chicken thighs are golden brown, that means your dressing is done. So that's how we used to measure how our temperature and our brownness on top of the dressing, what it looked like when those when this is golden brown, the chicken, you know your dressing is ready. Yes, indeed. So we're gonna put this in the oven maybe about 20-30 minutes, and we'll bring it out. Let you see what it look like.